Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn on top right side as the gray Kronos, we got Prostagma. Spawn bottom left side as the green Gaia, we got the TheKahaka100. Something I always hate about the font style when it comes to this game is how they treat numbers. They treat numbers as lowercase size. If you look up here on the top right, we do see the capital 100 as opposed to lowercase 100. If that would make any poor sense. Looks like Gaia has some of her force around the sentry tower to give it a little bit of extra protection. A lot of caribou here. This map is filled with some delicious caribou. And elk. Either way, when it comes to relics, we do have the anvil Hepatis, reducing the gold cost of armory technologies. Bridle of Pegasus give you a free Pegasus, which is very nice. Always nice to have a free scout. Skulls of Creops, group of monkeys, and the last relic we have is a Thunderclaw Shawl, increasing your human soldier's pierce armor. Not bad. Temple now being deployed in field, we do have Leto being researched, give access to automatons and to the volcanic forge to make your infantry units more resistance to range attacks. Kronos can also go for Leto or for Promethean. Another Gaia force being summoned around this sentry tower. I would assume it'd be better around this one. Guess not. Construction god power onto the temple. We do have now Gaia has Agion up. Does also have the very powerful spider layer technology. Automaton stabbing that oracle there. Multiple automatons being pulled in the field. Very nice. And Kronos is going for some automatons as well. I'm assuming you can't steal automatons if you own automatons and win the fight. That'd be sort of stupid. And really overpowered, whoever wins. Counter barracks and military barracks being pulled in the field. And Gaia has right now 4 automatons. Right now here, the volcanic forge does make your human soldiers as well as your automatons have 50% more pierce armor, which is very nice. It infects all human soldiers, both infantry and cavalry, as well as ranged. Kronos' Leto's almost reached as well. Although, I think people don't go for Leto should go for Leto a bit more often, in my opinion. There's a lot of things going for Leto. The spider layer is very, very nice. It's pretty cheap and simple, and you summon to get 3 sets of spider mines, which is different than the ones you see in StarCraft, which means just an instant kill versus 3 infantry units. Any 3 human soldier units, which is actually really good. And the favor cost is such a reduced amount, it is very, very nice to have. And the additional range armor is good in certain matchups. Less useful against versus Norse since they more rely on melee damage, of course. But against, if you say, fighting against an opponent who likes the range damage, range armor never hurts. Or makes it hurts less. Oracle will be stabbed to death here.
Bullrig.
And, of course, as alternative for favor consumption, you always got the automatons, which are a fun myth unit. Granted, heroes are pretty good counter automatons, but as long as you can't keep some of them alive, they will, of course, be able to rebuild each other. So they're actually not good for offense, but actually better for defense, in my opinion, since it's easier to recover the slain automatons beyond defense. I just think Leto is actually a pretty good defensive minor god with the spider layers and automatons. Kronos is now going for Termos and for Cherry Ballista, but in this case, Gaia's gone for the Automatons and her own Termos as well. Big round of heroic Termos there to help counter out the Automatons, which does make sense. They do have ×8 multiplier versus myth units. Automatons do have a little bit of health for Gen. I'll take multiple hits. And of course, a stop order command, they will start beating each other in heads with hammers. That'll be a good thing. Round Termos here to counter the Termos. Marmello's being researched by Gaia as well. And more automatons. There you go, you can see they're beating each other in head with hammers. Termos pushing forward, but red has a good focus fire there and good first strike. Does get a nice little pick there and falling back. Of course, it's unheroic, unupgraded Terma. It has taken a bit of damage here. Don't think gray has gone for no medium Termas either. Now we do have the volcanic forwards there, giving plus 20% pierce armor to human soldiers and plus 20% to the automatons. Automatons will go from what, 55 at 20%. So plus, at least plus 10, plus, let's see, plus 10% additional pierce armor, or no, 20%, yeah, it would be plus 10 plus the extra 5%, so plus 11%, so up to 66 pierce armor if my math is incorrect. And we may check over here first, as his we completed first. 64, so it's a little bit higher. Oh yeah, 55 to 64, so add 9% there. My math was just a little bit off. You also now have the perception ability, increasing your oracles and hero oracles line of sight. Also gives a little bit extra favor production when they're at full capacity, which is quite nice. There's actually a lot of minor gods that improve favor production for the Lanteans. You got Leto. Then you also got Hyperion for the Sons of Suns, as well as Rhea's, which just give them general increase as well. In which, yeah, Kronos, both Kronos and Gaia get one of each. Hyperion can get Rhea and Rhea or Hyperion, and Gaia can get, let's see, it was one of them, right? I think it was Hyperion? I can't remember exactly. My apologies. More heroic Termos being summoned. But if you look over, let's see, it was Ray who got the Rhea's, or not Rhea's, the whatever research that was. Ray's starting to fall back there. You see by this oracle right there, we're now providing 7 favor as opposed to this one who's providing 6 favor. So you can see a little bit extra favor production there from Grays thanks to that upgrade. And let's see, I wonder if I highlight up here. You can see here, number of favorite generators. Nope, I can't see the per second. But effectively, 4 times plus 7 versus 4 times 6 favor production. Not too bad. Or 0.06, 0.07. Close enough. Looks like Kronos Iron for Rhea. Give access to the Behemoth and to a lot of good upgrades there. You got Rhea's gift. Let's see, pretty sure. Yep, can go for Rhea as well, which can give you access or Calcum, give him hack armor, which is very nice to complement the pierce armor you get from the previous age. Refund them the favor. Fanatic nails fanatics early. Oh no, let's just give you Rhea refund with the myth units. I think it was the other. I always forget. All these differences I cannot remember anymore. Oh, it's there to give actually more favor production. Either way, Orichalca Mail is a pretty good upgrade though. Increased melee armor, and hack and pierce armor through 2 god mythological upgrades is always quite nice. Durable stuff lasts longer. And that site's gone for any sort of spider layers. I'm sort of surprised about that. And once the spider layers get planted, there's no way to clean up. Other than having it consumed. Tom still taking a bit of damage there. Both players lost one. Yep, cannot reclaim that one while you can reclaim your own. Just had to double check that. Red's Thompson's push forward, got a number of heroic terminals, but looks like overall Red just has a sniffly larger backline force. Both sides Chariot Ballistas was overall a bad choice. They're counter melee infantry, in which neither side's gone for large enough war numbers are warranted. These guys are classified as range and siege. So the relic that reduces population cost of siege weapons could be very nice for this guy. It's going from 4 to 3. Very nice there. You can see there, Red's going to recover his automatons as well as heal them on up. Very, very nice. I was trying to click on the carcass there, but no longer a carcass there. The other ones, of course, are grays, which cannot be recovered by Red. Can you recover your allies' automatons? That'll be a campaign level threat. Looks like Gray has oversaturated onto this gold deposit. Both players have queued up Rhea. And this not so mirror matchup. They're going for somewhat of a mirror matchup. And looks like Gaia's going for 5 more automatons. Kronos has a pretty big stockpile of favor. As far as this time, of the number of heroes in Mythion's field, the spider is actually not a useful idea. You have now a forward watchtower, and there's 6 out of 8 here, or 6 out of 30. Which means there's actually another one on the map. Oops, there it is. Spider summoned by Gray, right here. I think they may have been destroyed. Looks like none of them actually got planted. Red's Tomtom's still in good numbers. And if Gray falls back, Red will just recover those automatons well. An unrelenting march. Of course, if Red loses the fight, there goes all the automatons. Automatons are not super well statted. They offer a decent amount of health. They don't offer too high damage for a myth unit. But they are cheap. 90 gold, 6 favor. Red's eggs are there. Red will not be able to recover those automatons, but at least they were able to clear up these guys. Kronos in gold edition got a reduced cost on his automatons, right? Or was that removed in favor of just double spawns? Yeah, I think that was actually removed in favor of double spawned myth units. Or unless if I highlight it right here. Yep, looks like it's that aspect was removed. Interesting way to balance that out. Which, if it was overpowered beforehand, that's probably a good way to balance it out. And it's definitely an interesting way. Orichalcum male and heavy infantry now being researched. Both players aged up to Rhea. Of course, with Rhea's gift, this Orichalcum's 25 favor can be refunded, which is very nice, honestly. Allows you to keep your automatons going. Red's automatons are now pushed forward. Got good enough terminals here and Chariot Ballista. Gray went for Argus Archers, which is probably a bad idea. Does go ahead and okay, that Behemoth is a double agent. Gray's citizens taking some damage there. Don't know if, looks like some of Red's automatons went down over here. While I take time to recover them before I push on forward. We do now have a forward palace supported by Red as well. And Gray's going for a large number of heroic destroyers. Definitely a higher heroic army does make sense versus these automatons. Heroic destroyers do offer at times 11 versus myth units. That's actually pretty good. Additionally, they have high range armor, so they can withstand thermal shots. Destroyers, more automatons being fought by Gaia. Very, very nice. I love seeing mass automatons. It's weird. It's one of those things like their design's obvious, but people don't go for them. Probably because it can be relatively easy to counter. But right now, Grey just having trouble countering them. Heroic Chariot Ballista here has ×8 multiplier versus myth units. Thermos have ×8 as well, so the heroic destroyers looks like an interesting way to fight against myth units. Deconstructs the palace there, so the citizens are not getting mutilated by the palace. And now they're going to shank the opposing citizens. They're going to do their part. Going to shake the town center. Red's going to try to build it. Let's see. Looks like Gray is going to win this fight. Red's now trying to go another palace here. And now I got Red's terminals now trying to gauge all these citizens. My apologies, hit my microphone. Somebody's automaton went down. Not sure whose though. Red's army over here is not responding. Got some heroic destroyers here. We got decent amount of watchtowers in this region to keep watch. Oh, they are guard towers now. And they can. The only thing left looks like is the carrier pigeons. Heavy infantry now being researched by Gray. Gold mine, more automatons, behemoths. Let's see, looks like we do have bronze melee and bronze hack armor.
Burek.
Comparison, you can see there's Contineris here, who has currently 24 hack armor, while the counter to them has 55%, so it does take a lot less damage in melee. Oh, looks like wolves are eating these villagers. Some exotic doggos. The Red's going to now make his advance over here. Does not have any siege weapons. And Gray looks like will not be able to do much to respond. Got heroic destroyers coming around. There, of course, are siege weapons. Those citizens went down, and looks like Red's going to lose more citizens there. Right now they have even villager counts, but that soon will change. Red's piles getting some good damage over there. And it looks like this town sort of will be destroyed. Citizens doing their part, trying to shank some of these destroyers. They are not classified as siege. And Kronos is aging up to Helios, give access to Centurions and Mirror Towers. I see his forces being cleaned on up, and I don't know why. Gaia's Lush always causes frame rate issues for me. Not sure why, but it does. It looks like this sounds like it's seen quite a bit of damage. Looks like it's out damage per the repairs. Those loose towns that are there. The goats are fully fattened here. And now the towns that will need to be rebuilt. Forces now advance way forward. And over here, we do have now Hecate being researched by Gaia. A very nice god. Give you very powerful ranged melee myth units. The Lampades, which can also be upgraded with a second instant kill effect. First one just causes chaos, which is effectively an instant kill, a little bit worse in some aspects. And then the next one, if you can upgrade it, allows her to polymorph units permanently into chickens. Kronos now has access to the Vortex God power, which is very powerful, able to quickly drop his army on the other side of the map. I don't know if that's available on my stream, but I do have, in my other Computer Heroes 1 replay videos, there is a Gmail address. You can email them to me, or you can just simply upload them to Games Replay as well, and maybe just put a note, message over there. You can upload them also to Games Replay, and then send me email. That also works as well. A couple of these Cherry Blossom do go down. Turns with score, got some Hecate Gigantus. Those knock around that unit there. Those get ripped apart after becoming a traitor by all the heroic Argus archers. Heroic archers is probably a good idea for all of these automatons. Don't hear too many automatons dying just yet. I think Gaia cooled off the production of them. No, she's still building them. They want to keep a reserve automatons in case she believes she's going to win the fight. Gaia does have a number of destroyers here to destroy the palaces. Now both guys age on up, and here comes Tartan Gate. That's a not great spot. Tartan Gate should be from the back line, not the front line, because these Tartan spawn are also hostile to her. You want to put this in the back line. Because if she would have pulled it back there, it will cause havoc versus Gray, and Long could also seize the front as well. So poor placement there by the Tartan Gate. But we do have a behemoth there that she does need to push for and take out to save the Tartan Gate. Speaking of which, I probably should add a link to the live streams for where to upload replays. I could say, just check the description. I think I've been forgetting to do that. My apologies. We now have Mythic Rejuvenation, Asper Blood, which gives you the Polymorph ability. Channels, which is usually a Age 1 upgrade, isn't it? And we got the Clarity. Myth units get increased attack speed. And speed. making them attack 25% faster, which is actually quite significant. It makes their myth units much better. And I'm a big fan of Lampedes, and I'm a big fan of most ranged myth units. And that should greatly help them out with attack speed. Of course, it doesn't improve their capability of using the other abilities, but they do have good damage, 24 range damage and 20 divine damage, but slow attack speed. So they're good versus everything, including structures for that 20 divine damage. And Gray has resigned. As Anne Gray saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.